So da fofra obade no ede adom ye de ekoso wo man Ghana de etwegu e wo man Ghana na ndede yi matsena fidiem hanim si ya ebusua ye ba be pensem ye ba be hwehwe enkomo man Ghana no e fa ne ntuma pa efra e beboa mesaso e na wonso a wo hwe dwumedie wonso e beboa ye papa ene ma bebre na e na ekoso e wo man Ghana se ye mbie ya no yanka na ya ma ye mpanimfo ni bi ehu ni sese de wo musifa ebu o man na enya dia ebeboa yen ebekọ ni say ya my Ghana after independence Kwame Nkrumah je fa wudie de ma yen adechi adesa 4 years bia no ne ye de mampeni foforo etna so mampeni ne ba no aba ba ye de obetumi aye ne so at the end of the day no wo be free abemu no na chese ne fie akese ne kasa akese de ebusua na ne busuafo ne ade nyina wo manya wo mo hotam ne so yentimamufu ambre ne so a ye di kan ekosalai ede ye kokromoti ekopa adwuma ede ma wo mo no ye be wie chie no na chese kaprempo no yensa entumi enkai wo said the medical ya shase ne dia trust me say hit no ano be ye dinye papa because 16 regions ni nyina no galamsey enso ya de ache say ekoso ukopie mo regions bi wo honom na wo ko hwe sede galamsey illegal miners wo musifa ese yesuo say yensa ase ne buhia yanka ho asema enya dia ebebo sa so na asojafo bi so no wo mato wo mu ho achim rantie bi edufi wo mu amanipa ba akroso ahwere ne kwa ye bewura honum nyina no na ya twetwe enkomo saso na education minister Haruna Idris wode nsem bia babo nti wo so osisi ane de ye nuanom a wo mo senior high school no one of mo SHS2 no ade ba ko a wo ba be hwede aba be boa wo mso be mo mehwehwe akasa foforo kasa bi te se French, Spanish, German, Chinese ni ade nyina se de be ye wo mo wie senior high school no mbe so wo mo ko obi memu na wo mo ko sua de a kasa foforo no ebetimi aboa wo mo ye be hwe ni nyina hwe se asema Haruna Idusu o ka no yade ebetumi aboa Ghana for anase entumi emwa Ghana for sisi ane so de wote ho si social media no hwe bebi a befe bia entokwa bi a se epeja ni mu ankasa Temale teaching hospital mpenifo a wo mo honom ne nurse fo a wo mo honom eni o man Ghana so ye health minister menteme wasi bi a se akoso wo honom na metomebo a digest from the start baby a say this whole issue no sha se free ye need baby asabe ya me no ka say issue no aba be pie mu ye hu ni say ye man pani so is excellency John Dramani Mahama so wacheche pad amafo bona ba so say pad na wacheche no yade e betumi abo e san say ye nkrofo bi wo ho no momuntumi ntopad. And the funny thing is people are rather condemning your former president Nana Addo Akufo-Addo say wanfa de papa bia ambre Ghana for nembom no John Dramani Mahama ba ye ne de wetumi aba be chepad ye be share compared free senior high school emfaso anipa bebre na enya and also pardon so eba ya mema ne ade nyina so wo nsa ka bi detu no why na obetumi aka say nipa we de me hwa wo Ghana for ho adwene pa wo students ho adwene pa ye betwehwe komani nyina e wo hanim say hana 80p so wo hanim si ya ebusua what the newspaper review nenso ebeba be somo ende mitinemu e de ama me ankasa me wofa danso edwuma ne de so ankasa nti emreduru say ya wo hu na eja wakọ no akọboabo nsem bebre na no na edwada obetira fidie hanim say obetimi e de aba be somo sende ne de di kan a wo share showdown jumedi amepacho ye de be somo na watwi bia Mondays, Wednesdays and Friday exactly 2 p.m. a live program intino ye bietumu edimo obi biara adwenhwe biara wo bia no utumi ede wodie efa comment section na say ede ma me emrebe ma meto me bo na makenkan eye comment ebeba ni nyina so ede amam saso na nde enipa mienu ajeso wo beba be kamensa e wo fidiem hanim say na me no wo mo atwehwe enkomo eye eje brefo a wo no eye 10k NUSC NDC communication team member saso na honorable Opare Enoch wo no so eye NPP communication team member wo nyina no ebeba be kame ho e wo hanim say na chese de ekoso wo Ghana no ya discuss e de afam sisi ane de ye woni se ye chief justice suspension no ya de ekoso esefata se ye chief justice ye suspend no anase mpono wo be suspend na e wo so omutumi e de fa emra kwan so sa so na ye be hwe de ekoso wo Temale teaching hospital and also ye be remu e wo CJ ne suspension no MPP amanyoku e be ba no would they be allowed say whosoever ye man penny His Excellency John Dramani man mama be elected so no embra me your man Ghana chief justice no MP before benya saa kwanya so omo be pam na na say wo mu any right no san koma nyina na busia eyade a eba be koso e wo fie hanim say me a metina dwam e de dwumedie ya so mo medin ne nana ya so me hwe so be subscribe to the channel wo subscribe area na say de medi kan ye no wo de wadwenche so afa comment section na say e de amame yenra yensem ni mu ye kode am Mamindi kai enfamo enko the issue sabe ya menemo ka say trend temale teaching hospital ene ye health minister akando na the genesis of this whole saga ekoso a strike ni ade nyina no abemunum menam social media yi so ena me hu reports bi a amafo a wo mo temale wo mo complain bitterly say temale teaching hospital ukopie mu ewo honoma obi kra wo yare a yede na ba yare sabia honoma ewo sanka nurse ne a doctor fo wo mu honom no wo mo tiri wo mani no wo mo hwe nipa no wo mentumi anhwe nipa na ma nipa no ahwere ne nkwa. That report was circulating on social media busua na enya asem ketwa na no ena family teaching hospital mpenifo hu ye no wo si said the Musifa Ekeka nsemi ni ade enye se bia nipa yede ne ba ye ne ye ka se de bi ye nhwe no say ye need ama patients yede na ba hospital say ye tena honom sa se won hwere ne nkwa asem ne ntesa na nipa na nkasa mu no yede ne free hospital baby foforo ene de ne ba honom na wo mo de ne ba honom no wapie mu northern region dia na chese intensive care unit no me patcho bed eye 4 pe na saa for na yenso no wo mo de ne ba ye at that time no na patients e wo hospital hono ma saa patients e wo hono nyina no na wo mo hwe wo mo into wo mo de ne ba ye wo mo try wo mo possible best say wo mu betumi ahwe no but unfortunately nipa no ehwere ne nkwa na no so kra echi no kra no wo hye mochi a chese saa be kra de autopsy ni ade nyina ekoso a emrepa no wo mu betumi edi good autopsy report edi aba abontema Ghana fo nyina no etumi ehunti ne say de mo ka say patient ne yede ne ba ye ne yiye ni na ye hwe ya so wo nwu no asem no entesa na yenim say ye edu ye health minister so minister Akando for some time now uwo hono ma ube hwan se yes wo Bwera hospital ha ube hwan se yes wo Ko hospital ha no say it is there onu so hu sa trending issue ya chese ekosu ena ndi anopa na Tuesday anopa wo tu fa no kopie mu otemale na okopie mu wo hono no wambo bi ankra wanto nkra nganjiro bi aso we bi a meba hospital ha no say for some time now there that is what he is doing and me ameti here I am never going to condemn that act because I have been to several hospitals as negligence no me ameti he mehu pain and also meton safre ATP I should also share her experience with this whole thing when it comes to Akando say Bwera hospital ha wo ko share niema so e wo honoma eno de mentina fidiem hanum say condemn it is a very good act. No kopie mu e wo honom no this is where the whole interesting thing no ebe mu okopie mu hospital honom ena wone a nurse for a doctor for CEO mpenifo e wo honom e twetwe nkomo na osi said na wo mu sifa na na kasa no ase wo mu pese wo mu tete wo mu hu edigu ne so bi obi so wo mu say mo urinary a e wo hanim say so obi pese wo ye ne hu ye ya washroom e wo hemfa no we ya kire ne say wo hanim say afi okopie mu ICU no menso no was a machine be na enye adwuma no o ma chen so machine na ye adwuma chese northern region ni nyina no the whole northern region on its own 4 pe na saa 4 no na patients a eba honom no wo mo de hwa ni ntino na ye health minister na say ha ne kakra na no obebisa Dr. Valentine awonom ena ye head of the emergency Dr. Valentine sorry no ena ye head of the emergency and assistant ward into one no twetwe nkomo no ena Akando oba be ka kire se kwan ya wo fa so a wo ne me kasa no mani enje ho na kire se patients bia wo beba hospital ho no bia se wo ba beja yarehwe no this is the attitude you people portray and wo am sure there be said there wo si fa ka asem na se de ye na yete hanum se na ye adwuma no se bi ye nim ye adwuma na ni so you are a minister mbom ye the respect no ema but kwan ya wo fa so a wo ne ye kasa no be so kire se patients egu hanum se nyina ye hwe wo mo no as wo ma ho ode anas wo ma pomuden no emfa ye ho eniema ntesa wa na Akando so mu na ye osikum no se Do you know who you are talking to? I am the health minister. Say bibi ukosho na senko ye ya me wo right ne say me de manu betu me wo right ne say me question mo e wo honom. Afi the health minister ye da so we ya o say see you are just what teaching hospital we yi nedi. On to me emba meso so sa na ema ne so esan say emprepi no equipment biara wo mu hia bia say wo so wo mu di ye adwuma no wo mu provide sa equipment no e de ma wo mu. So when I sat down and I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, you know, adie ba ko a ye health minister echina so a wodi yi see you nedi because kwanya wa fa so a wone ne kasa ye ohun ne say said ye amafo report wa bonten say ubepie mo hospitals kra na doctor fo ne nurse fo mo honom no wo mo tete wo mo ho edigu patient so wo mo ntini wo mani emfa nhwe wo mo no ni nyina no eka ho bi ena ama ene o my Ghana no yaba bepie bebi a yaba bepie na enu echi no ena nurse fo ne doctor fo so say se wo si ye ya neglect mo de ende ye so ye call strike se wo si we see you ne de ende na ye so ye call strike se wontumi eba hospital na se wontumi mpe kwan pa so ni yen enkasa de a ende na ye so ye kwa ahomegie nipa a wo hwe obetumi aye adwuma no obetumi akwa akotabrim nipa na de naba but at least e wo se mo hu ni se a nurse fo ne a doctor fo wo mo should wo mo kwato honom and the share amount for warm yare into whatever respect be a woman deserve biano. I was said woman to me edema woman. Na Adam I no and you see you just say health minister is suspending the reporter na circulating coming from the Ghana Medical Association. One so amudi omu say akano health minister as o abuse power as ye de tumi ahye ne nsantini do hu ne say de opeso wo ye ne hu bia no en wo be ye to end strike ne de wo mu gine mu ankasa na ebusua bi fansa no wo mo be ko strike no wo mu place things be down say health minister peso wo mu ba wo mu be ye adwuma de ende na saa ne ma ni nyina no wo mu provide enfama wo mu meto mebo na chese me widi ene ma chese wo mu de tu dwa ni nyina no na enu achi ne me won say health minister so aba abanti aba be kaso wo man Ghana ye ena wo no de wo hwehwe nti obi a ne buefu obi a wodi ya oni ade obi afa na kodie ngu honom wo mu ko back to the hospital no wo mu ko ye adwuma asat enra Thursday na videos nso na circulate on social media na so from other media houses no patients are one ma ko hono man ko mo kwa akwaja yare se na so mo ko pie mu hono chese wo bie ni hono ya tutu bebie mu and this whole thing I think say Ghana Medical Association they are very united and they are mechanism because they feel it is an abuse of power into what they are expecting say your health minister be ye ne so obeba be pacho. Me won say your former health minister so ababonti ababe kasa say aka no ndi so no kro ne na kasa wo phone so dada say wonja bibie mu onto nsanfre wo mu free thermal mbepie mu wo Accra ono wo ntena se wo mu ndidi nkomo ne ade I am sorry na je say etuontwa ba ma mentu mebo na menkenkan list ne ama je say Ghana Medical Association wo so wo mu hia ansana one besako hospital honom akwa ye adwuma meto me bona makenkan ni nyina no de amam de kan wo say unqualified apologies from the Minister of Health Kwabena Minta Akando and the Member of Parliament for Tamale North constituency Alhassan Saibu should be rendered to Dr. Valentine, all doctors of the Tamale Teaching Hospital and staff of the Accident and Emergency Department. The atosumienu, we shall resume provision of emergency and outpatient services after we receive appropriate apologies. Chese womonje umbepa womo chowa chese pacho we de kire se wapa womo chew ye papa womo buatu womo yema enya dia chese strike no womo be calling it off. The atosumiensan, the management of the hospital should ensure that the following are available in short term for us to work effectively. One more listing here maybe a woman here, woman say, because say woman benya sani man, woman ya dia woman management of the hospital, and shasa sani mani nyinano. Your health minister will provide it, and san woman be kohonum say, woman kwa ye juma woman kohonum. The other kind, a constant flow of water through the taps for clinical work ensure the atosumienu a stable electricity supply in the hospital. The atosumiensa constant supply of oxygen. The etoso 9, provision of consumable items such as gloves, gauze, cotton, face mask, cannula, sutures, syringes, disinfectants, glucometer, stripes, and a plaster. Sanyema we nyina no health minister nso so be provide and send wo mbeko hospital wa akwaye adwuma wo mo akwaye constant supply of reagents to ensure continuous availability of essential laboratory tests within the hospital. 100 continuous vital signs monitoring devices for all high dependency units in the hospital. 4 ventilators at the accident and emergency department. 4 ventilators at the intensive care unit. 2 ventilators at the pediatric emergency ward. 2 ventilators at the neonatal intensive care unit. 2 ventilators at the maternal intensive care unit, 2 transport ventilators, 2 transport incubators at the obstetrics and gynecology department, 7 and repair the 1000L autoclave machines at the CSSD. That is the medium term. The following must be provided to facilitate our work: an MRI scan machine that does not use helium, a CT scan machine that has an infusion pump, a mammography machine, a fluoroscopy machine, a AC arm machine at the main theater, ABG machine in all intensive care units of the hospital, and one of the accident and emergency department. 2 mobile x-ray machines. Na ebushia cha say listen dear, trust me, one kasa. Nenu na mi bisa me ho say, so are they trying to tell us sadia me ya mabubo su we kra ye first face o mabubo su ni nyina no na cha say hospital nankasa no ni sa niema we nyina. And instead of your health minister, I stand to be corrected though, instead of say your health minister ebe check ya say sa niema we nyina no wo me provide, how are they working? And nurse for near doctor for wo mo honom no e kwan ben wo mo fa so a wo mo sa manfo yare no. He didn't really think about that. Sanya me ya mabobo so nyina o na cha say hospital honom, it's either say ebi wo honom anase sha, because menye sure say sanya me ya mebubo so nyina no se ebi wo hospital honom na nurse for near doctor for to be the ye adwuma ma niema tumi ko hweye edema wo mo. I am not sure they would come out and then say these are the things we need, and if you are able to provide those things you better go back to the hospital. But say when provide this animal way come back to the hospital. Trust me, ebano a nurse for near doctor for they always put their lives first to save humans. Mami use the word some because me mako hospital me who some of the negligence. I'm not ready to mention any hospital though, but most doctors and then most nurses say I don't know, so almost salary in a man table say no a buffo say equipment to do a woman yan fenye jumano na up to Sanyama way na, and it will surprise you say it is not only government hospital na Sanyama way ekoso, some are private hospitals. Private hospitals ni bi wo honoma Sanyama way ba na negligence will be yare yed na ba. They do not care. And sometimes say we yare na wako hospital na ye bia doctor ni a wo be show no. I don't know if this doctor say womu ankasa womu scan baby e bia person ko twa scan na womu ankasa womu di omesi womu ankasa womu lab into the say hospital actual scan ediama say bia kona ko twa scan. If you go to a different hospital and then you come nurse ni ana doctor ni no wo show na be catch you say I told you to visit this place into kohonoma. If you go to a different place and then you come back be catch you say go to that hospital na kona ko twa scan na me pe e was a hospital no. I saw Kevin Taylor now o making series of allegations and no so complaining bitterly say and mama bi kura wonim ne da one day no oboa sa nipa na this same negligence no enam so ema mama no ahwere ne nkwa. I am not here to condemn what the nurses and some of the doctors are doing, but eto de bia hu moma yempe mu ne yenka nokra ne yem wo mu ni se ekwan eto de bi so a wo so fa so treat patients no enye. And also you as the health minister, you need to check say saniema we ya wo mu hia nyina no we provided the amount, because if you haven't provided those things, you do not have any right say obeba hospital wa ba be condemn you bia. Imagine the whole northern region kakrake na ICU ye 4 pe na obi aba na sa 4 pe na eye no patient eda so a nipa na mode na eba no ehimfa no wo kwa akoda yentina sina yembisa ye hu ehimfa na sa nipa no wo kwa akoda. Sometimes when it comes to your position, I know some people abuse it. Ebi esi wa Ashanti region no kwa de na ejafo wo no mudum jei ye Ashanti regional minister ebra eja eto blue light hono ma regional minister be piem wo hono ma na one edum jafo mpenifo e kasa se na de na baby hyiamafo ne emehye na mumma mo ho ye ha na munko na munkodum no, and the whole place fire service I learned to say yes wo mtemos wo mudi dum ja no eye mienu nti se eja to ha na eja to baby fufuro na eja to baby fufura yembi say ye ho say himfa no wo mo kwa faka himfa no wo mo kwa nsuo, and most times the crowd wo mo betumi aba be piem wo honom a na ka wo mo de ba ye no nsuo wo mo ye kakra bi. Say yempeni force they are trying to fix the country. Yempeni force they are resetting things. They need to check all these things rather than being in a hurry to sack someone. Pamna will be permanent. It is not going to change what is going on there. If you are able to provide the things they need, we're providing yama woman here, the ama woman. What check is a baby okay. Not the end of the day, who PM will honor na the patients will honor na woman patients a case anyhow woman tries to mobile patients. Then you have the right so be pamobi abe pameno. But se won provide yama from my hospital. Na se what na se empono Mimi we asia me be frankly speaking ebusia ade ba ku am chiri se nipa bebre wo honom na abeka menim nipa bebre wo ho na abeka menim. I don't like that. It ask the leader no de nanka ye fe nanka wo so wo ye ne say oh what on sa their friend CEO what on sa their friend penny for, why is this thing not working? Ade na enye adwuma no why no wa bo na mane obo na mane na den na akwa kosi ma put things in place eno sa no nipa ni nim say Oba ye no na ba be di nkomo whatever thing be an say solution biara wo person dey support nipa no obetimi dey support nipa no, but in front media houses se twa ho no nyina ehia nurses nketo e wo na wo mo ye wo mo clinicals ina no at ho no nyina ehia, or you are trying to prove a point say oh health minister maba me ba ye no me ye adwuma nkasa. No, this is not how the health minister when nya kwan ya fa so a ye di ye adwuma. So for that ne de I would say, and I know very well he has regretted, because we did can provide some of the things e one list mu a me bobo su nyina no we provide e de ama wo mutine ye guso wa twen ye mu a ye hwe se whatever thing biara je se e course so e wo honom no wo mu betumi ahwe, because patients are still lying there in the hospital. E was say ya nurse for near doctor for wo mutumi ko na wo mo ko hwe wo mama ATP akwa ba ATP
na ya sewa
me bia bo ko de
yesu adom na so
oba de na daro ma me so me when it comes to this whole incident koso e wo Tamale Teaching Hospital I know say I think somewhere last month na ofre me Sunday bia na the same incident say wako hospital and nurse for near doctor for wo meyi mobile ko de ahye mo nso mo enfie ma at the end of the day you transfer patients e kwa din bedu kolebu no and confirmation no in less than 3 hours and I just say this whole issue I equals then now back there
nana mama yetiefo yahwefo ne yetiefo nyina akwa aba na sie ba no desi o Tamale to me no mama di kan ko health minister oni krenya men kasa wo kasa ye no pani ni kwan se wo timi kasa sa even ko no be inspection na wie no wa church ne ma bi so busa wo na wo do makwa akotena baabi na se kasa bi wo ho no ma watimi ni
ne wo
makasa but opesa wo kire se wo ne boss wo na JD ye mayi wo se bla na babaye health minister opesa Ghana fo nyina hu a enye sa kwan ne so na se wo ye ne se na de besi bia ye bibia nsi a emu kan
bibia nka papa nje trede
Klani ni bebe chemi mi asantini ani asewa o se sanka we ye nsi anka ekopie mo ne ma o mabobo se bia no mo lake sa ne ma ni nyina sanka ansi na komo anka ba bonte be ka sanka mo hia sa na akade we ya ka menya sure sanka aban ne be fi o mu sese
emmom de
but enya sese no ho ahokeka o ma sha se o mo de sa de we nyina ntene no de bibia hapena bibia happen sa keke enti dia happen na ye pan ye but ye bad doctors ne nurses na me woni say no nursing training no na say tertiary no I say free senior high school obi ama ne bag so na me ko school obi a wanya F9 chains no what the protocol no what the co school na at the end of the day no what the baba be nurse sa ni pano ne sympathy bia de ma ni pada sani bia wo so yare a wo cause unso na sa wo yare a why you desperate too cause obi ya de won na wakoma kora ye wo ya but omo ni sa abotre na mo betimi di sa abotre na ka se de ba mi yare ntima mi nya abotre da bi sa abotre na bi na bebre na akoma etimi de ka to me pa de enka education minister Harry na idrusu ebetie ye papa
health minister
health minister ebetie ya omo obekọ nursing ni nyina yo ti se de teacher training for extra insertional exam enka wa obewie nka obetro bi before ansa na wakwa kopie mo nurse because na obi a ye hu se we oye nurse enzo nurse enfata no obu okra ne maame na apiepie na pese oye nurse e na madam fo baby ye nurse efata ne pa
because nipa ni
passion na obetimi
ohumo jakura want to me stand but say obi e ko nursing ye bia nso say na me so ma me fa me hu ko wura mu bi
what I say because dem de mani hu na me nko hospital nko hu se bibi se yesi but me ko hu ya me re ho papa se won hu se wo de hye da honom na oxygen esi ni so because them maintain me won se bi e ba enti no me ko tu oxygen na free ni so na se wo nurse na so ye doctor ni no abadaye wo yem ana sa abadaye ni wo yem enti no nurses for ni doctors for bebre na wo hase ana me den ka to me kran ke you medical me nkan me ne ha me because omuni
adwuma
na make an o say apapa for no mo ye for mo adwuma o
emmom
apapa for bebre na akoma ne do mo ye mo betima ye adwuma ne tifie na chobe for no ye tima fa wo ma ye do mo ye adwuma wo kroma say o my Ghana da bia me ka say ye ka say ye tena say ya na ye be kona ma ye na council mu nyina be beto sa states are you the same thing ebeko enti mesrada say ye penny for ye omo form na isi form na ne mebu ho no ma omo hwe ne ye mfama ye
mami share me experience one of the biggest hospitals in Accra a government hospital Hoshwan kasa ATP
na
me yare ya rush me edemi akopie mu I'm just trying my best and member hospital ni din ya rush me edemi akopie hospital honom and even that no ho na ye wo sister bia ye ne no kwa sorry nti sister ni ye nurse ni wo that hospital nti ase wo no na lead and ATP the edi kan ye de me ko to general ward
okay
ye me free general ward ye se ye nsan fa me ko Ghana ye de me ko du Ghana honom Ghana say the we are malaria ne typhoid no any loss and for can bomb no I just say yes I transfer me back to general and sister it will shock you to the extent say me that time my mom my dad will be at hospital ho na me da ho na nurse ni we ne ba was there be ya le dia was ye do ko ha na sister ye do ko piem wo ho no ma was there be e was ye do ko ha na asa
obi a we
yare no sister say ye do free ha ni ye do ko ho no ma and you know the surprising thing ebra me koda Ghana na ye expect say gynecologist be ba be hwe me o se me nkotwa scan no hospital ne scan center wo ho no eye 2 na 2 no enkrofo eda ho no ma wo musu twa scan na mete ho no na me sister that time we are also patients you understand what want to mean tenase what want to mean jina ho no nti I was say wo da ho no and I was crying me just say me soon because I thought say me nessa thinking say anka amaf nurses ne doctors say wo honom no ebe show concern na ja wo ma rashe etumi save nipa life sister me ma me ne papa ye no so de mo san fa me ba ne nkoto ward and doctor ni no hwem no wo ba ye no o say ye nkwa abonte ni nkotwa scan ono ne hospital and wo de ye call ye ono ne hospital o en wo de ye call ye na sister say be ye mpo a wo kotwa scan na wie mpo no doctor ni mpo be ba be hyew no eye bo achi bidin eno ti na make asa na me kan sem bi say de ekoso no somehow no I would applaud the health minister say of visiting these various hospitals without their knowledge but mesre ni so say wo kopiem wo honom na say bibi ekoso na say enkoye ya e wo say wo hye kwan a wo be fa so a wo be si fa address ne yema yenkopiem wo hospital enkoka say na wonem yanga say yenti sa na woni patient ekasa na media houses e twa hodum nyina ehie enti no wo se me we do not do it like that sisi ano Temale teaching hospital and nurse and a doctor form co strike. One see media house be a PM or honoma a deep fake report a quab until say will buy a no cassa anyhow. No one more sounds the same platform so now one more apologize to yen na a son say yen nurse for near doctor for a year you was our hospital. You have placed our life in danger. Obi we are until Becca say, oh, Sanko for a woman that one was at the end of the day or patients cry ever to hospital cry move to me. Fake reports are circulating all around baby abefebia it's the health minister where the me want to say where the kind at the near marco but you use the word so we donate it is not your private unless you tell us hey bia wa obotom sika and I would come out wo dia fine wo the toss an near manoko but and you obotom near my dear health minister this is not donation. You went in the name of the country you are serving Ghana into a was said yes sir ube provide sanye manum ATP
nana ya sewa
newspaper no den e koso e wo honom
okay nana ya sewa answer ne be rem wo newspaper nim no ye Dr. Baomia ye Thanksgiving to ya thank you to ya okay ma donate 3 million e dia maye welfare. Oh MPP, wow. Yeah. And I think say every year yen ka bi shemu. I Canada wo hine Japan akopie mu wo party office. I the sika 10 billion e di akwa eye party ni so mo san fan rise eye MPP amanu kwenti ye mo Canada wo hine Japan abaso.
Honorable Kennedy.
So why
papa ye nyina akra at the end of the day na mafu bi wo hokra wo mu hu. On first kembre ye ni yendi. Nene tipe mebua won fesi bra wo bra na MPP e be kwa wie chie kra e be ka cho se usi kafia be kra na de yenti anu mo de ne tensions e ba bonti unye ska Honorable Kennedy anu wa che bia ma ye na ye di na party na nkasa mu no wo munye ready se wo mo beba power
eno de no kre but you say am for me so kase ma ye blame na na do dan go ku for do
ye blame wan
ono ne ma ye MPP for the 50 years
ye blame wan
so mo wo honom no Dr. Baomia na Dr. Baomia
so no so say she was say enye se me ye cremoniti na me yari yo she na what
is the wa obi edwane te say yen fan hye wan
me ya me ti he pa de obi sam say yen fan hye wan ya one yen fan hye NPP executives de atosu mienu yen fan hye na na adodan ko ekufu ado de atosu mi yensa mo fan hye MPP for man kwankoto aba ATP to aso
de nti na gina so man MPP for ankoto aba
se wo mo ne ma bi o me yensa nti na me se de kan executives
no okay
ya kire mo se nipa we na mo de ne ba ye beto aba de ama no na party na nkasa mu no mente me ho ase wo na mo be try say mo be fix sa mente me ho ansa no masasa mo ho say mo ko thank you to thank you to na mo ko no wan kasa party ne kura no then na ekoso party wan mo na mo ko da na se yenti memu fon are you ready to do what we the citizens want for us and san wakwa akodo obi ase ana na mo kwa akoda ase kura na wade ti na wo say mo de ba omi enim na ba photo enim ba omi ankwa no stand there inti afia da is MPP they need to have it in their coconut say they do not have any flag bearer.
Yeah.
Flag bearer now mu yi ni 2024 no na abaye twem ni de yakọ
amayo madwin so no ano
person. Iti kapapa mu ampa Kennedy ohine Japan yo bia okura numbers nipa do no kwabne Japan ekura numbers nipa do sankwofo ni nyina mo nyina ka ho bi
na nkomo nyina na adakwa
kufa amafra hu say oh ye kwa ne enim say bia mo nka mo humbom say you people are very united na mo kwa na ye fe ma ya amafo esi nchen ya akotamba mo betomba o me amoda mo beton no
2028
people will still again say MPP they are not ready to learn. If they are ready to learn at ATP, sani ema we nyina no enkoso.
No, working na mama fanko ebua kwa eya abayo bia wenya 23 years ah.
Okay.
Eye ni boyfriend na kuni ya. Nempena. Enya se wawali no. Wori na kwagina asole dem akase for better for worse. Nempena twie ya.
Mi di bia akofo.
Mi di bia akoya. Na de ye me ya ni se abayo na wo foforo. I think say 8 months ni na abrantie no kasa bi e baaye na se mentime wase bi e baaye se wanya eye brodo edwuma dia ma abaayo ano ne na ekona homache na eja wode se kan awowo abaayo wanya 23 good years anana akwaya arehosem ye papa na okopie mu kwara so a areho nti mesre ye nnuanom ma no yes remada wo bo se sika wo ye dedie but de do be ko wo die na eja waye de watwe san
na be man age by
34
be man wo 34 no ba no 24
24 yeah
24
nesin o chain 10 years
and na se wenya brodo edwuma ama me nkoto brodo na me se me nkontim wakun
ya
eto de bi so me blame awofo no
yeah otimi hu se background na abayo ni free ba no enye. And also and unim say nipa na wone ne wo ye no enyo nnoku no oh yeah
menim say nipa no ne wo ye no
enyo wone nnoku onyo nnoku no
na why ne
o wie ye no wanya akantwoma foforo
na wo so be yes obi wa ye nka na chim asembode na so ma ya basu de ye duabo wo 8 months wanya akantwoma foforo asa akantwoma ni boma ba bekum
wakuni ya
8 months.
8 months.
Ne 8 months dey just watete mokona ma hono mi nyina ye. Na 8 months so kura de sanka bu fresha.
Is osa onyini ye.
Semo.
Onyini ye.
Ya wo fo no so no mo ma no mo ntiti wo mu yie. Very necessary and very important too. Wo bi wo hono ma abofra ni so no wo di nsem no o se me be kra de me yese ya ne bubefu. Wo bi be kra se kai pa di be probi. O se me be de me gise kan free ni nsem a wo besu. Na abofra ne de ne santete ye bone ajasa wofo ni bi di ma o ma na wo manyi no ma ba be da ne na sese satia pansan Ghana baby a be ma bi a be fa ne bia wofo hia me ma 5 emu 4 ye narcissist. Wo mo be buweku ma so mo fa mema na munhwem nyeske bia ne yedi ye bia ya kasa ho so still ma ni bi so hono ma be ma bo omo ana e omo de
no so obu wia no akrokro mo na chimayo de kada ko de se ka be wo era wa obehu na ma me fa ko nyina hini na wo pie mo nyina nso a na se eye soldiers for bi enrada na yie ekoso wo eye kurom ho no ma yatin se abrantie bi na wa free mu na bra se wa unde wi a youth ni esimitia youth abrantie bi wana sa abayo bi wo a ye youth de wi a yesimi e carry ye ho wa ye na se na bra mo ko na mo se eye soldiers for ka ba ko etwema eye mrantie a mudi eye efunu na chi a bokwa akosie no no mo nso so ehye soldiers for atari na bra soldiers for ni hu no so wote an omo se adenti na omo hye eya soldiers for atari a omo nye soldiers for nipa for ni de omo dwane ye na omo dwane akono na eja omo shoot ya ekoka ba akoma ba ako efrim na nipa miensa so eda ye hospitals na ya sewa oja yaresa ewo hono na ya na mi pese mi busa se eya sa soldiers for atari no police for atari next ya no munya free he
say ebi wo hono ma ebi ye material sisi ano wo ma twegu mo sisi ano wo ma twegu wo sha soja fo atade mbom ne ye chi mbom dia sister Etiamra
okay
but one of the things so ATP mentias here especially one of them share original kamuna nkasa mu no sometimes ya na officers ne fele say bia obewi aye
okay
then there mayemfo aso ukoshe police ni atade unye police ni ahye police ni atade unye soje ni na akoshe soje ni atade a ye chiwa wo mu betumi ni wedi emra betumi ni wedi nti eno de e wo se timemfo ina ye aware of it and then we hu nurse ni kura obi onye nurse ni opama de no hye nurse for atari that's a respect bia eni adwuma no
okay na ya mama na wase na mama contract ne mountain so enti no ena wie mama for daily guide enfama yetiefo ni ahwefo nyina kwa aba enfama showdown jumedie so na wo be pie model guide na esame ame crash ni mfoni eda ha say Vincent tafo MP ni mfoni eda ha say Chief Justice suspension ye man penny JDM ede amano no na wo ka say sa de asase me de nya onya de obeti ase ne no wate ase achina enti no wotebira asem ne de akwa kopie mu wo ko na ye man penny JDM say suspension kra no de ama ye maame kra na ye say o man ye nadwuma no mo kosoa no mo hwehwehwe ne nnwuma say wo ye nim na say o mu wie na say wodifo a na so bepam na ye hu say yampa say waye de wapam ba wa man suspension a wakofo ni pa foforo so on nembe act ne de na say kire say wapam ya enti no no de wotebra asem no de akwa kopie mu wo court na wokọ kratafa etoso ensia so a na say ensema asema na ye ka kopie mu nyanyine honom na soldier force amakotutu ama nipa ba akwa free mu ana afenso nipa miensa so da hospital ejo mayaresa no ene kopie mu daily guide wo monso de ebaye mama mfa anko kratafa etoso miensa na abepie mu ewa hase na ese na ya wa ukunu ni foni da hase Malik ni foni da hase kama ese manasi catcher ni se zoom line for contract no se na one sign na se when renew ne en renew china because yesikadie na ese be koso wo man ga na mu because na ye hwe zoom line for mo kromasi a obu won ma akohwe na ye ni ma yesi ye ma na bia be 1000 but enya sikadi e koso ntini ama no 250 Ghana cedis pe enti no se ma ne en renew sa contract no
me hu so mfa so bia grofo bi Bastard Boys
omo ya
Ghana zoom live
oh na no omo ya die
Bastard Boys ukopie mu nkremante ma adwuma amrante yi ebo wo ho no
na tin se last time we pie mu asansorigin
no ena wo se ye di bi kan wo mo people who are ready say wo mo besumo man Ghana enyo bia sa keke and at the end of the day we mu nyina bebre no buka kofa peni adwen papa bia ni tirimu behu na nipa na wo bre ye adwuma na wo sanko mu tua sa nipa ne ka no wo mo nye at the end of the month say na wo ka 200 300
no mo dia
nipa ne sa no no mbom na wo mbre nye hwe say wo ye boss na sika kese ni na woru no ogidi
na FIC for na kase Magdan abrante say so mo hu ni say wo ye money laundry see no ma freezing account and afin so akonta mine no miame papa chama wontumi ono so na account no almost so ma freezing no mo hwehwe ni sikase mu kakra de amai na ye kamia kwaya say o man Ghana mu ase ama koke won sensem na ya agentrede wo man Ghana mu ase na ye napkofo na CZ 73 koke na efiti free napdalin ba o man Ghana mu ase ntene enye easy o Ghana enye easy enti na ukopie mu ye daily guide na se ensema enano pay omo de ebaye enso enono sanso na daily graphic enso so we be pie mu na se pad won sensema ye ban pani abra na ye campaign se nyakopon bo na se ye to aba na de man nko ade a na wo be che pad de ama school for JHS na set for ni negos o say mre bi etwa mu busa akra bi sa de ntina one co school o say wabu ni nsa na woni sika o de beto pad nukura ni na diswade nu kase a ejina so kura ni se ken kami yes wo be ye ede ampan so so no ada no ene so lunch kama esi ano school for 2 million ni ene betimi enya sa pa na ya se wasa asem ye ho enti se sika na ye de kokra pad no ede aba kromu ase ni nti ye de bie factory wa hase na ya MYA say debe adwini nye adwuma body nebre. I am not referring to our president but said the ATP kan no adwini nye adwuma body nebre. We are in a country people have the talents ye betumi as sponsor wo na yankasa ye provide ye niema ukopie mu wo bi memu a. It is so wonderful kwanya wo fa so kura di pure water robbers niema ba wo be pie mu meme man Ghana mu dia
wo beko baby ni ya to odin bola junction ye sa bola ni nyina awia ne de akwakogu hodom ne ya pe Manchester de atum ne de ahye eno ne ade nti a ATP some years back somewhere last year na Kennedy ohene Japan presan ko beba be ye flag bearer na Ghana fo ato abade aman wo be mampeni na mani agye hu ye papa because na the vision ni nyina ne se eniema bi wo hono ma ye krafi obi memu bepie mu o man Ghana wonti ase nti nka wonya kwan no ba be ye mampeni wo hanom se ya obe create factories na san niema amprepi no ye krafi obi memu bepie mu o man Ghana no ye tumi apurchase bi wa ha your finance minister okay the facts you the buy budget or the buy what we should produce what we should buy what made in Ghana goods me srebi so me patcho pad na enra da wo mo cheche no was it made in Ghana Ghana hanum say no mo ye pad no and wo mo distribute ye country baby a ye dru ye dwe niam bebre na ukoche wo rural areas grand kebusuan kan ye problem wo ma ba ohia wo ba no ma ni bi wo hia be ma so no the pad ni bi e de ahye ne nsa na anya bia be ma no the pad koye den be ma or the pad or the kwa koye den once there are people womunim bom ni nehia nti sanka rural areas ni bi kura no e no the pad koye na nka bi okọ distribute di ma wo mu nyina nka me ameti he anka me ni problem the man pani ba or promise Ghana for 24-hour economy ene yem bi say ye ho say 24-hour economy no akwa kopie sen 24-hour economy no da ben that wo mo ba be hyase wo mo ma Ghana for ye hu 24-hour economy no da ben da and wo mo ba be hyase ya chepad and the funny thing is me who will be or say ye man peni a chepad into no wa ya de akra say do the free senior high school ba ye into na ro dan kwakufado sa 2 million students ye ma wo mo pad no na ye na do sa sikaro no de ye de and I say Ghanaians ye kan hu bi na penifo de ya adwi di agro we are part ye ka hu bi pa ena ye mpenifo wo mo de ya adwi di agro I am not going to condemn it said your ye nenye there are people who needs it said the amount for beka kire yen say free senior high school ni ye ntwem because ye wa wofo bi a wo mutumi tua school fees no and then this same thing to me what we still Ghana for ye sika kwa no kwa na maka na ATP to aso
na wakira na ya se wa ya die na wo classify to so eye du biensa na se eye chief justice suspension na ye dia ma no eye me crash eye Vincent odi akwa akopie mo Supreme Court no na se omo e de by na classify to so eye du wo chenso so no ukopie wo no ma na ye MPB na ye kase ye sanitation no eye se ye pekwan foforo ebetimi aboa e ma ye sanitation ebetimi akoso ma ya hundie akoso ya eye papa e wo man Ghana mu ase ma me enko eye the Ghanaian publisher na be pie mo Ghanaian publisher so a na se NDC amanuko ni mu bi na edwala ya nkasa omuso mu pa adwuma wala commission ho no but o ma ya eva na so modern boy so mo boy ye edema ye NDC aban NDC aban ba power na say omo ye yo mo ba ko e de ahye wo monsa ente na okọ the Ghanaian publisher obetimi akenkan bi ensoso e wo ho no Katafe tosum yensa eye sanitation ho sensem na wo MPs no e kasese de sika e hyema kasa e betima boa ama ye kan say o my Ghana no ahunidie no e betima kwanani man kasa na se sika ye di ba be hyem ye ti kromu ase ye sole a ni akokla eye mosquito net de abase ye njeje ye chiche no afiefie yentimi emfa se sika no ya gatas mu a emu choki ni yentimi fancy o my Ghana mo my Ghana nye ya na de bia de tem sika pe yesi de koye bibi foforo ete na koka de Ghanaian publisher obetimi akinkan bi e wonum kratafe to so eye nine so na se eye IGP yohonu ni phone da ha se kama eye galam se won sensem ati se wo my Ghana mo ase ya eye mia me wo fa ye kata che free fa ati ese wo se oba be demonstration tinchirincha wo my Ghana mo ase ya eye IGP se nya dia obepene so amana ye adwuma wo kromu ase no ene ase pressure is abeto police for no so nye fedi agbo
oh say court ba wedi nkunim to I think tomorrow na basu demonstration
but to IGP ni police for ne commanders for mo kromu se ba bia o katachi free person ko demonstration no na ensen fata omuso mpejubri house so de ye nye demonstration so ho enti eno nti na eja ase na ama police for na say pressure bi ase aso Japan wo mapampem na CDM for enso so na to be left and right and kasa de mani e mampani JDM say ye suspension is or de ma ye maame Chief Justice ye hu hia ensem fata we hu hia nu kwan say eja o ma ye maame ne suspension sa maame kwa the Ghanaian Times obe pie mo Ghanaian Times so a kratafe to so dumienu no na say World Malaria Day na ekoso e wo man Ghana mo na Professor Benka ni foni da hase kama wo kase de beboa ama malaria etu atese e wo man Ghana mo ase disika ankasa ebehjem ama bibia atimi atoso ya kade bebre na wo hon ma ye behia no man Ghana mo ase nu betima boa ama malaria atimi etu ase ankasa e wo man Ghana mo ase na obakata fe toso enan ni so ne se Zoom lion fo ya ena omoda hase ya se omo se ka ye mampani JDM se aban dada no omodo omoka 1.2 billion enti obesere omada so omo betwa no omode de ombeye eda bo oman Ghana ma oman Ghana fa ne ntoma pefra bia no omo bekoso no maye sanso na okokata fe to so du 9 ni so na se mampani JDM ni foni ena da hase ya se pa de won sensema na ya se wa na ye ka no ese eno so ewa hase sanso na DVLA for so Malanchi National Community out lunch bia say o mato mo agu mountain so so mo ye adwuma nkasa wo o man Ghana mu so mo be adwuma nti so national lands is wo mesra wada drivers for no mo nhwe se mo be ye ni ansa na mati asi abonten so Mami fanko the custodian owe pie mo go the custodian so anese okata chef rifa ni froni ni dashro say kama menim so Roman father dia na galamse won sensema demonstration na wo ba be ya police for na se pressure ba be to mo so no the custodian de baaye ene anopay sanso na kratafa to so miensa mami Samira Baumia ni froni da hase na yesi rank pa omo ma be second lady na se first lady wo Kumasi no mami Samira na abo no homodin papa ye left and right na baby bia no otimede no ho hyehye ma bra kwana ni kurukura ye campaign no de no ho hyemu ma bibia be successful into no mo bo na pastor research aba no se wo bo no homodin de ma MPP amanuku no papa enye fedi agro sanso na ye GJ ablaste ye OSP onto na nyo ne mame as a time nuko
wa ankwa o ma ye say me ye de ya
me so na me ko na GJ ablaste ne say de kwan ya wo foso ne nsentropho bi ye niema bi nani enje ho to won hwe na wonyai saade no enso so na CDM for enso na kasa wa hase na obepie mu hase ya Chief Justice ni foni eda hase na afeso omo hwehwe Chief Justice ni fo ni nsem nim no omo so foni eda hase na Chief Justice CDM for ka kiro mo se petition amotam de koma John Dramani Mahama se niema miense bi wo na mugina so na mo de apamo ma obesra o mada se omo be hwehwe nsem no pepepe no mama kroye ankasa abana nukredie aba we Chief Justice mihuni se Chief Justice kwa wokwa ya amanfo ya pan na ya seva okay na think say your time na ya so anisa enti mame for the new center enfa ensole so ne so na so kata chief rifa yesi say wadi nkunim ti no galamse won system no me the demonstration no be kwosho de obetima to ne nsa de afre me na eja metima baba be ka ho bi so na eja nyina ya kwa kotwi spele de ne demonstration no cause galamse no yensa se niema bebre na kasa ewo my Ghana mo sanso na Samira ne so na boss boy so mo born se wa born homodin papa ebra obeye second lady no na se wabon homodin de ama MPP amanuku boss body ebu wo hono ma se yetimi de boa MPP amanuku no ankasa dana ya sewa
okay ATP meda wasiye papa na mbom semra ba omiade de nipa be ya no ye no
wa ya de
adwuma wo ba adwuma
wa bɔ ne homɔden no no so de
na o ye campaign do ye
and asama ɔmo kafa ne ku ni nyina ho kra no emu na bem e ma ne kɔ so a ekɔ ye we enti no nana ya Serwaa ma men sorry na fa de aka nyina so efa to aso e ma ye tiefo ni ahwefo adane de nyina ɔmo gyebre showdown jumudi
okay ATP me da won so asiye papa na ebusua me what biggest question bi a me bisa na the biggest question and say we are NPP ni a anasa we are NDC ni anakwa de wuni party bia NPP 2024 election a wo mu lose ye no is it because say His Excellency your former Vice President Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia we ye kremoni eno no ka ho bi eno lose 2024 election na for adwenche no efa comment section na say e ma me megebre na makenkan ni nyina no me sha ase me ka twem say e ade a kyese ejebrefo no ye 10k NUST NDC communication team member wobeba be ka me ho e wo fidie m hanu say saso e na honorable Opare Enoch awono so eye NPP communication team member wo nyina no beba be ka me ho e wo fidie m hanu say na eja enkwama twetwe ahodro de ekoso wo man Ghana de nde CJ ne suspension ho nsensem ni ade ba wo mia ho nsensem Tamale Teaching Hospital de ekoso ne other matters ni nyina no yetumi a discuss e wo fidie m hanu say na sawe ya me no ka say de eye ade a kyese NUST NDC communication team member we di kan aba be ka me ho e wo fidiem hanim se ya yegusua e twen se honoabo Opare Enoch enso e be ba be ka me ho e wo hanim se na eja yetumi e de enkomo hyehye no abaso na se de na America no me ka twa mo se education minister was senior high school one or more form 2 no what try and check ran ye be wan say what the major foreign language aba be ka ho it is senior kakane no wo musua French nkwan sisi ane de Spanish German and Chinese ni nyina no eba be ka ho na the student bia no wo share subjects be 7 to 8 na the end of the day no kura wo share de awie mpo no wo wie senior high school be Senko University ni say be yo benye adwuma ye mpo na busua na adane boachi bi edi mama me nua be ma kwa bashonko emfem bra fidiem ha bibia bokode nyame adome nso me ho ye papa where the 3 months in position muji mani angaza
say sisi ano Ghana for ehunu emfaso dia na e woso say omokoto aba edi aba papa na obe yin free amane nim
nya aba papa abade na aba papa abai na mo chepadi mu e man be mani ade nyine
wo say ye chepadi man be ma
anio
no kre
oh na video say circulate on social media is wa me boss kra etwa ni aba be show video say circulate
na say sisi ano say o pese o eye policy and say you come out with a project e say wo hu say project na wo dey ba no e wo enkofo e be serve omo and that's an importance kra anything unim say World Health Organizations omo series of report omo de aba e say Ghana ha e ma omo rural areas and as remote areas and as say be ma omo nkrase no wo mo ebosume so and as omunyo mo period a eno entumi ma omo ho kwan e ma omo nko school no won di eya ha omo e wo mo school nsensem no eniti ni na aka ho e na area president Mahama ne NDC aban even the previous administration kra no ye dey sa policy ni ba ya ye okay say be che pado krum ai MPP Samia Okubeka say Sakawa na area Mahama ye ne ade enti we no wo mo a part country part initiative ne be bo wo mo ne de wo mo te ase
oh I think say me sha say kwa me di kan ka say men condemn that act because ye wo rural areas ni bi wo honoma they really need it but we share not all rural areas ye na me obi te say me say na say me fan say me nua ba obi okọ school Kumasi ko school wan kran no 2 million people distributing pad sasi kana ye de kwa kra pad ni ade nanti no na someone na say we should try and then purchase made in Ghana goods na pad say made in Ghana
okay who say if there is a problem at hand sisi ana ye hunu say e mana ye nnuanom na omo remote areas ni omo be hia sanitary pad sisi ano omo hia na sisi ano ye ntumi hot the distribution of parts no na yen ka say si factory ansana ya produce parts na acha momo eno kra beche won enti no in the best interest of the good people of Ghana na se obia no we can start distributing the parts na with further kind of say deliberations abekoso no maybe say betumi esi factory a ebetumi am ye produce parts na see NDC big push agenda ya and as a policy ya ye be launching ebe provide initiative ya ebetumi SCC factories bebre I ebetumi dey produce made in Ghana goods no enti we so e kan ho
I dey ba ko say wo party bi mo hu wa wo shade pa na ni kwansan ka ba ne sabe so try wo be so be defend me come say sometimes you just have to try your best and defend because you are part of the party.
I know you know MPP for. Obi continue TV so. Obi continue TV so ka say o continue won to me TV. E ka say ma o mo Ghana nyina enko antenna ho no mo fa Ibrahim Mahama nko na o mo ko sopa no. Sa won to me TV ho na ho na chairman won to me ankasa etena ho e ka say ye vice president or tisu sisi ano or ye before what I say nti e no de obi antumi akotena ba bi anka say ye calling it to order say what disrespecting man as bibisa but obi asen akotena ho aka say ye fa Ibrahim Mahama enko e kan say antenna ho na enko sopan because say we remove chief justice no
you know certain things
so we people communicate and ka say ko defend dia e be dia amount dey o kan meti ase say if you our party no dey o ye na sheda enjoy yesu na dan e sikona ko defend mati dey o che na sepa
na share before we go to our main topics for today no education minister a new policy or they ba say wo be Spanish ne Chinese ne German kasa ina wo ye schools mu no den na we ka fa
okay one of the best initiatives aban bi ade aba na education ministry bi ade aba because as wo share official languages na you use we are see we mukra na you can never go away like you can never go without say obey Spanish any sa languages no bobo no ewo mu it may be say ko baby inti na say see and as a French ya beka one of the most important languages in Ghana you know as time goes on no Spanish ni sa languages no the kan on ever be boy with communications no
okay so to you need you but say additional so complicated mama
yes with policies there is no way Obeka say while implementing policy you are going to achieve 100% what I say after so be implementing policy no now when we say these are the pitfalls and I say challenges at the buy now what sign I should now what say for it's a policy there it's a continuous process
me mbomni there or cast what shall say from senior high school too many dear coming kwadia anka enye from basic okay. Because baby a medri na me we SHS2 if answer me besua abede afege e was Spanish mu na bede nkra na kamitiri mu and how many years do I even have the syllabus and so topics a woman so does into many there I'm not going to condemn it, but Uncle Shasia free basic nimboma, bebua. Tisa said ye the French, etete, ye yente shame, quanim shame, quadie, je m'appelle and I say one quadie, but you trust me, say, and yadi bet to me a free mitrimuda, and I say, Koma Sava. And what I was a Sabbath Rebbe MSC. Well, yeah, no, ye fitty and collaborate, and I come with Trimua. That's how I will bet Chemichan, who she, who yeah.
The reason that maybe a French started from basicness and say other countries are actually
Francophone countries.
It's in there and who be here. Saying who PF Ghana, who PF who see border and so on when you be able to communicate. But with the Spanish and other languages, you know, and no wouldn't be language I would say by force I would say who be a woman be and for communication purposes.
Okay, and your topics anymore. CJ suspension, rule of law must be respected in removal process. Ghana Bar Association. And then I'll be carry affair no.
Edi kan meda wasida mechia wetie fonyina. Na masan de inchia so nkwa ma President John Dramani Mahama. Ene me am boss honorable and we said that no parliamentary candidate for Forikuma. Okay. Sisi ano. Nyame adom obetumi abe MCO for the na mensan en kasa me vice president e wo think university
wow
me friend chias from nkoma me president me executives ne me members nyina with the issue of Ghana Bar Association omo comment on my Chief Justice removal no. I think it's perfect.
Okay.
Because meridi omolete no. And then omolete ni na it's focused on say President Mahama enhwe na onye like on respect rule of law no. And as mrani edibu man no. Onhwe so pepepe na on fanye the process no. And that's what President Mahama has done. And you know I commend President Mahama on say or share process no so now odi remove Chief Justice no. And the Ghana Bar Association comment and answer how they see the process in there. I don't think say BBI was say you discuss it on. Okay.
No, if you say we shouldn't discuss too much about it, what I have learned so far, I mean, I am not a lawyer, I mean, call law school, but this whole Chief Justice issue by mediate several times. Nipa miensa. Ene petition say niema bi ekoso a sa niema na ekoso no entwa ye eno ntini wo mo sere ye mampani say won hwehwe mu ba se mampani hwehwe Chief Justice musemeti hei na madwumawura obi aba be ye reporter man say me ye niema bi a entwa ye madwumawura what the right so be ye investigation on me but so be ye investigation on me a na se wo ka chem say no ntino we gina so e dia suspend me menkwana menko tenafie na yen hwehwemu a you it looks as if wo pame me prekope because adie kra ye ka che say maye you do not have an evidence say you no press
there is
okay, so where is the evidence to it?
Okay, and so before you bit me remove Chief Justice no your constitution article 146 okay into one no say article 146 no say before say bit me remove Chief Justice no I will say president no receive petitions. Now petitions no we should have be a friend say they should have a prima facie case. Say bia nana ya say wa wote SCA na obi the petition abre boss say nana ya say wa oye Nigerian president. Akofa amai ni sika na Nigeria sika bia enye senka wofa. Prima facie case be exist because one you say no Nigeria president him say Nigeria president His Excellency Tinubu Ahmed entino say obi foforo assign the petition ba say nana ya say wa we adwuma Kumasi online TV wa be renting a private jet bia aka say on first cameras or twetwe ne ho na say yetumi say nana ya say wa no correct say we adwuma Kumasi online TV na nan say kura no we tu kwan bi the private jet because ya the beka say prima facie case exists what I say intino President Mahama upon receipt of petitions na nipa mensa de call no ye hunu say content of the petition no anko for wo mo eka say or like she went on a private trip and as a private traveler and as a personal traveler or they ne spouse and the husband the spouse and the doctor eko no and no with their policy on foreign travel for Chief Justice no and ma ho kwan say we call personal traveler and as a private traveler yes into the security alone and ebeko okay into say is this area near who say okay the prima facie case exists and suddenly you are starting
so does this even run to the suspension?
Yes, it is suspension.
I have tried my best and 3 petitions I want submitted and committee me the things in details, but my I am not getting.
I have
from what you are saying. I think says Sami Jemfi or no woman I'm free and in chess worker say Chief Justice to kwaya what the number any idea no account. I'm still saying it's 3 petitions.
And those were in the petitions when then Chief Justice Nankasamo were admitted to the fact. Say oko personal traveler or they in a way in a spouse and in a doctor echo until I can forward the petitions and her response to those 3 petitions to you.
Okay. So and one amujina so
and yes obi age ye be unconstitutional.
Okay.
It is a president person remove Chief Justice. I was say or consult Council of State and he did that.
He has done that. Yes.
And you know Council of State recommendations to create by 30 out of 31 of Council of State members omu vote say yen suspended Chief Justice no it be a President Mahama in respect to removal or suspension of the Chief Justice in line with the constitution and it's in line with the rule of law so Ghana.
Okay, Okay, ebusia for ye AJ Brefo and yate ninkanasa so na sabia menemo ka say honorable Opare Enoka ono so NPP communication team member oba be kamensa e ofidie manum sia me mana kwaba minya be ma bibia boko de oba de na daroma men so me hu ye papa 3 months in opposition there what is saying
you said that easy there, but easy.
Okay.
Yes, you go so ho enko ande. You nim say onyankopon daroma.
Ebefa.
She pa wo nti ebefa.
Sika no ebita wa mu opposition mu di ana say asan sa.
Oh, yes so ebita ho. Your principles ni me di go akwa mu ti no. Tembia we are still strong even if at opposition that's so strong.
Nobody can break you people.
No,
you people are still strong.
We are still strong. We'll break up.
Okay, baby I feel baby aboko okay, yeah the nyankopon wan say eja ye twetwe enkomo dia fa ye topics in why Chief Justice Ghana bar for say ye mampeni ebeyi na firi honom dia won fa kwan pa so ye nua me a che na ajo su oh in fact the ye mampeni ye dia why ya dia papa
in line with the constitution
I said there make ba o se constitution na buleja we ma wo dia suspending to no dia body bia de ho wo foa ne so na won so be ka den na afa ho
me nua ba di kan me kasa na ma me fa akonya so na me chia honorable lawyer Kwabena Boateng member of parliament the Adwoso constituency on the Adwoso constituency party executives and the party manina especially Ochikrom Kokobra electoral area almost 80 pa
okay
na ohwe said say ye nua no ndc for baba emu no they were metaka say when they were coming into office na omu use electoral process constitutional means na ye de ma omo akwenya so family rule Ghana na aso mo baba emu no ye so mu in wie no they are ruling the nation on constitutional come here say soja ban bi na say wo mo by the mrana echechiro man mo baba mu kra no emra kwan so na mo fa so bae na ma ba beduru na say afei mu ye madwuma said ye sa anka me susu ye sen ka mo fa mra kwan so na kan san fa nya adwuma na afei de ka me akoyese mo na mu bu no ase buga enya din bi ase takashibi
na jakpa fa ha no ewura ha
say jakpa kro bondi ni wan hwe ya e ba be froze ya I mean fa me si check price say me nua be ma se me awo kan ya abeye Ghana ha nyina asem asese we for Chief Justice ya suspending me nua ba se ubisa pa say petitions ya wo mo de ba ya kire say sa petition ye nyina so na ebi kura suggest say ye fa remove Chief Justice a strategy. Okay. I see this as a political retreat. It's an assault to the judicial independence of this country. Say, ohwe petitions amu ekram amode aba. Sa petitions in mahu kwai. Say, ultimately suspending the Chief Justice. Even with mu petitions ne ekram sisi ano. Mu ni hu kwai say mu suspending the Chief Justice. It's unconstitutional. Say the yenu anu mendisi for ye no. Kamia koye say heads of states, you know, and I say leaders of the various arms of government, and I know best almost a son keke. Asa nye bibia. So ohwe yenua be maya modena be reacting Chief Justice. Yenya de ne ba Supreme Court. President Kufo, right? Oyawe, President Kufo nya de ne ba. This is telling us how much the MPP respect the democracy of the country. Eti yenye this new Chief Justice actano aba. Eti gene say Chief Justice no and I say Supreme Court no should be on political basis. No. Say yet na sene ye hwan na yanka ho asem. Ni ye din tena hwa. O man Ghana wan hwe ya. E be kakra rule of law na ye nyina ye nim no. Enya no na di be ye adwuma o man nim.
Okay. It
has very negative implications on us if you do not find a way to curb or stop these activities of the NDC. Big ya wan hwe ya ye nua no mabu no mo so ba wo mo so esua amanyo say my thing say wa ban ba power de opebia no
ubetumi aye
patente sa emra wo ho e de mra na chichiri bibi biara untimi mfa wo pe embe ya bibia wo man nim simple Chief Justice no so betimi suspend the Chief Justice and I say removal of the Chief Justice betimi akoso article 146 of the Constitution 1992.
Clause 6 and clause 10.
How procedures we should take through to remove a chief justice, to suspend a chief justice. Suspension of the chief justice will be so almost say a damn pound chief justice ya more suspending na.
Oh, what kind of
reason is
yes.
The reason is
the family
before so suspending chief justice, no, you are not supposed to get the information known to the public, right? Until after suspension, no, the petition is out, and then we have had a response out of each of the petitions, and the wajia to me say, oh, this is what the petitioner is saying, and I did this, but me any say. Into the mrama ho kwan see engineer so na yemfa and suspended no. Into me and ekasa no sign ka say ohunu say we need a political witch hunt, and I say chief justice na removing some it is motivated by some political influence be anase bisa. You see, the beauty of democracy is how you treat the minority.
Okay.
You see, our say President Kufuor and the current Chief Justice, Justice Paul Bafuboni Eba, can say Supreme Court. Senka, you because yeah, boy and call for an answer, offend this if one qua. I can funny because President Kufuor didn't buy. And you know, the decisions now say the course we were minding with regards to Chief Justice suspension, replacement, and you're politically motivated. Say NDC by 1992 constitutional led by late President Rawlings at the buy. Yede emra about my mu say yen fam bu man na obeka say besan etwa ye ho abu mra no so no. Unse okasa ye ntwa ye na wo de fa ne say yen fa ne say de ono kan no no kre say Chief Justice removal no politically motivated. Na de timemufo e ka fa won so ne say. Nti we global info analytics post omo ye nyina na. E kire say majority of Ghanaians F1 say suspending Chief Justice.
What I say? It's never true that some majority of Ghanaians F1 say yes suspending Chief Justice.
The majority of Ghanaians have no idea about what is going on. If you had used the minority who are so learned, I think I would agree with that. But
Chief Justice, they don't even know what is happening.
Okay.
But what a lot of people are putting in mind is say, a research in India no more. Or my buy na okay. And therefore, young research heads of various agencies of the country. No, yes, so heads that no. I already have see what me can say. Tamale Teaching Hospital. Okay. So Osha, and yema ekos wo ho nyina no a strategy. Yeah, first so the leaders said that anu ni nyina firi. But me ba say ye na sa. Na se na ban we ba power. Oba what workers say what na say penifo e the agencies bia no wa be clear omu nyina afiro another government aba wa be clear omu nyina afiro ye nya professional people to run administrations of the agencies e be on political interference political loyalist be ya ba ma ye fani si an ye sort no ya e ba sa ye youth in high. I've been always saying that beyond politics there's a nation to build. We should not forget that as youth. Said ye dikanfo bi ye omo amanyo sem ekoye no ye mebuna ye bai yesua de kakra abefo nyema aba global world we are all learning o hwe said ye nyema ekoso wo advanced nations there so ready ye wototo omo epese yesua wo mu na enti say ye before the practice we are still using the olden style kuku football bo udi anima yem pass ma so on person chem but say ekoso to aso ma na yes ye mebunu na ye ba no eni benyam sunsun so.
Okay, but one thing I know is before the suspension it was known say before ansan obetumi suspend no anya hwe kura no also to me consulted Council of State. Exactly. And he did that. The 5-member committee so now it was to me a set for investigation. That thing was also done. Into me personally my question was, is it because of this method into na mo suspend na na say ye pe kwan bia ye be for so ye be yi na free ho no but ye dey fa
and I say a politically motivated anka ye yi Chief Justice
Kufuor de ne bai
that's it President Kufuor do appointing the sombra ye yi ni free ho and sign ko fa Chief Justice MPP aban bi sign de ne bai
ye te kro man am go for mo ye MPP for NDC aban ba ye wo ma ye wo ho te say de wo mo ye MPP for
na me ka say me ba na me ka say majority of Ghanaians F1 so say ye suspend Chief Justice and we share global info analytics one of the for mo ye post Magana na this is the chart of the buy 52% of Ghanaians support the removal
of the Chief Justice.
Yes.
Okay.
Nipa 20%
will be initiating
nipa
the action on their
20% support Chief Justice removal, and then 18% any 10% near say a bit more own need idea about it, and that's almost share any interest too.
Okay.
And we have 52% of Ghanaians
propaganda, maybe
plus 18 plus 10%. I'm going say you remove Chief Justice.
Chief Justice. Okay.
And yes, a politically motivated. To move for no cry, Chief Justice because it's Obekaya. Emra some parliamentary candidate MPs be or more parliament MPs be across the carpets. So Obekaya ebe to abamu ho.
Yeah, I remember.
Now you say so across the carpet there NDC should be the majority.
Yeah.
You Rafferty Markins FILA rates Ekoma Chief Justice Korea.
Yeah.
On Friday I him say can I say superior court and I say Supreme Court
yes. On Fridays after
at 12 noon no our file rating Chief Justice receive here no by 2 p.m. Now I am panel judges are more better case in so and on the case so in favor of NPP.
So it's all a part of it.
That is it. Nina or petition no na me say any petition am.
Okay.
Enti kwan ya fa so remove Chief Justice ne there. It is purely linked to the constitution they use your mind.
Okay. Okay. Me now person okabi.
Now person me can be say he was talking about say anka politically motivated anka yemfa the acting Chief Justice Imba. My main kind is say MPP government when we are in power we look at potentiality of individuals and what they can do at the various offices. Political party and the free movement. That's the MPP. So this should tell you that MPP will back power on things based on political party. All those political party they didn't buy. But Obama mining in a Tinadi or in the name of a minor. Yeni hana President Akufo-Addo, a creative special prosecutor.
Yeah.
But only Pabe no Kofa from the NDC.
Yeah.
Very good. President President Kufo at the acting CJ in a buyer. It tells you what the MPP they do. Okay. Do you understand? Yeah, we are no crazy in China. President Kufo in power no far see Dr. Park was saying at the Bayer minister. Akufo-Addo by there are various NDC people you do a mura in our administration. You shani pano do me do obetime near the number. Do you understand?
Not necessarily so
party no. Your money you're running.
Okay.
Yeah, we are done with politics. So we are now on how to build the nation.
Okay.
That's why I said beyond politics there's a nation we need to build. There's a nation we should focus. This any pani betime aye adwuma no. Na so NDC no NPP no. Yeah ba mo ye design pani adwuma. So on a person me kire no. It is say o ka say politically because of say Kufo na den buy na NDC for na use no ntin anye political ibia oboa propaganda kwa. Propaganda okwa
and say politically motivated. Thank you because Kofa will be a can say ono so NDC women's organizer na say senior na justice get to talk no MPP women organizer can say your court me.
Evidence.
And it is alleged to say now because it says
CJ na suspended no need basis bia
na obi president member we dey Emran in here article 146 of the constitution no and na stipulate say yemfa process we so na yin nipa na yafa process ne so na after last process they won say recommendations from the 5-member committee set here no Omar recommended say President Mahama suspend nipa na nipa na fasa constitution na so suspend nipa na now see any constitution as see how person yetu constitution dey go ala o person oye idea different from the constitution as no waka say constitutional na
constitution dey matu agu
he is working in line with the constitution and the problem sign the same view
constitution dey matu agu ba power mo de mo na mo rule o man say dey mo pe executive order mo sign say dey mo pe mi aba he ma me ka bibi kitwa bi ka chief justice dey chief justice no ya ye bibi ato order down after the chief justice on baby odopa say we chief justice no yeah suspension or no on resign so onye
that is what I was expecting me mom there I was saying resign exactly you men ngwase nkan
dan ya o mesesa right after chief justice no bon say isi beba The electoral.
Electoral commission. They say idea that where
I came here the other time.
Okay.
And I don't know. You be suspended and I say electoral commission.
Rebecca Cherry say.
Certain things are dead up before the election.
Say you remove electoral commissioner and I say suspend electoral commissioner. And don't just abide na bentin or suspending the panel.
Definitely certain things went on it couldn't favor them.
Yes, and your electoral commissioner they determine the power on your president for Ghana.
Very good.
So you can't say electoral commissioner MPP appointee ni sen ko be am MPP for every election. It's Ghana for and the unipo person or president.
You know this.
But wait, do you think
you know this? Look at the attack people were giving to the EC.
Would maintain be frank to you. Do you think NDC Abai will maintain
this? This is a very movie electoral commissioner. Obi and to me sorry and say oye the ope or remove electoral commissioner. He has to follow processes.
I've forgotten the petition.
And to say assembly see na say obi ka say oh this is the reason I'm a person remove electoral commissioner. Now you should shame me who say no cry. Fine. It is in the best interest of Obi or Ghana heavy as any bit to me aboy. What I say?
Now you see
that sorry say or remove electoral commissioner.
The final results and her last statement was it is finished. She herself.
Time obey easy no. Enyo ma o di gugu akwan mu e ma enipa bebre hwire wo mon kwan wo election mu no a wo mantumi aka hwe amfa ho as see a constituency be a friend e ka ne say ho constituency in the 2020 election yedi nine nkofo bebre say e mo nto aba yedi nine mo right to vote no wo mantumi anya hwe amfa ho at the time na ye easy a wo to aso ade be re-election we no na say we wadwuma na say aban foforo aba say nyo bi na
what's the function of the electoral commission? Electoral commission
supervise elections
kukunipa na kukunipa
supervise elections
enye electoral commission e in charge
supervise elections
officer mo madwuma no
so obi anso nkantre obi ase yekoto aba kokun obi na say e bia say wona wo ma wo fi onjira oba ne say oba no kofo obi ade ba wo kofa wo na you take responsibility for that and say wo na wo electoral commission or supervise election na say nyoma bi say yes na yentumi enhu hwe amfa ho ana say we refer as ana say considerations cry the buy no yentumi enhu say like you are taking actions against nkofo na omoma sa anyoma ne si ya na wankasa wunim de ehye wutim ana say wunim de wo ye
ba me mom say meti he senka bia me MPP ni na NDC aba power na mikra appointment. I won't wait for them to sack me.
Ghana, they are running Ghana like
there are a lot of
they said MPP, you did say
there are a lot of people are MPP for they are still at post. A lot of people. And not to say
a gradual process.
I don't say 2017 MPP for court TT Supreme Court judge bobo no NDC no ye crown ye the constitution dey buy
have done more than that
ye near the constitution dey buy it ye nim say oh this is how we rule country ebe maka bi ma menka bi no na dey bi ameka say the beauty of democracy is how you treat the minority nti ye the constitution aba no ye nka say oh because ya buy no that's it ya buy no also nti no ye ko na yakobo obi ye ko na yakosaki obi unconstitutional
season of people's vehicles MPP vehicles now omo properties raging their houses no constitutional
when the CV
MPP chairman there or two TV3 for my and I pay me be adwuma metie ni interview with one of the stations and then now okase ni V8 will use no
2020
I think it was in a nanado kra ne personal V8 wa toye and what my JFK nti JFK so use soon for 2 years now or transfer the man who hu nanado ni ade what the car na suma ne driver say on got top bread in bread at the end of the day national security nipa 6
national security who is the director of
nipa on one ka send no more
but then say obi aka say ameti ameka say oh me makoto we na say minto ye no just say makoto it was national security ono no can say national security and then this government and so yeah government be a listening government it ye cry emfa ho say we MPP ni ana say we obi a woni e party mu awo allege say obi aye we say we will level investigations into that ni who say e yampa say national security and I could in vehicles.
But wait, so say if you want to know, say car no use no a buying car na say you on one private car. Does that what run say you be fatu, you be fan be ma be to akwa show be fie ni ade.
When I go show be fie.
Oh,
are you not in the country?
Maybe so when I go show be fie.
Yeah, finance minister, we saw the same thing.
In the country.
Nancy Cray.
Finance minister. Finance minister.
Yeah, former finance minister.
Now on one kasa no. Then I work afa. On one kasa na was run if you then I work afa.
Ah, all the assembly cohort.
It's the affair then you discuss assembly wa.
We are not discussing, but because of what you said, and nothing I'm a cheapy and also in.
Say omo ni omo ko ni fie ko ye
Madam,
maybe so I want to get the case fast.
They rented his house to see
no one read it. Obi and read in the house. Obi and read in the house.
Wouldn't him say if
Obi and read.
Wait, this whole video circulating until when you are saying it, I'm sure.
Yeah, were you not in the country? Anna Jakpa, LD some people from BNI, a Bora finance minister fee without any permission. Request any CCTV cameras.
And
fee from there. Move free one. And I'm Musa Bora, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawu.
Yes.
Ne personal bodyguard.
And also echo two CCTV camera.
CCTV camera from there. And I'm called Bank of Ghana governor. Murani fee. Say more suspect say some sikebi gugu ni fee we are going to take over. Moko press can kwai. And I'm moko say niema. Just last week, Chama Buga V Omokwaji V8, former general secretary of the MPP, Justin John Bodu. You could arrested John Bodu Jeneka.
And I think the third vice chairman for the NPP, one also the same one. They are luckily for him, you know. To me, Ed in the car, bread in the back. But I think we write topics anymore. Who say Inusa Fusaini still on CJ suspension? Was the future NPP government cannot remove a sitting CJ from office if this said CJ hasn't engaged in any form of misconduct? Now, just CJ ya suspending it or you're involved in certain misconduct. The next CJ MPP amanyoku no or mubeyi ni sisiano MPP amanyoku ne ba want to me embeyi ni mfi honom.
Didn't know to me in mfi.
So I see if that person hasn't committed anything ebe you to say ye ni mfi honom.
I'm sure say Inusa Fuse na asema okay. Chese CJ no yebe no nyasa. When his speech will make here. Also the next CJ that will be appointed by the president cannot be removed by even the next NPP government that will come. We don't nyasa. We are not into that.
Okay.
So this is telling us that it is a plan to remove the CJ. But on a gradual process.
Okay.
They are suspending this year. Until yebenya petitions be yebenya propagandists, propaganda, they are very good at that. We were in this country, number one, make a choice, say, ye e-levy a free ho. Now, e-levy a hand crop for my name is here, and I'm sick as empty. And we e-levy free ho now, and I'm with incrementing electricity tariffs, and to pan. Peter,
robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Exactly, that's what they did now. It's a propaganda. They've already planned everything. The CJ will be removed, the EC will be removed, certain people will be removed, and it's a constant. That's why
the next MPP government, but whosoever is Excellency John Dramani Mahama be appointed, say on form yen to me, you know. And I make us a meaning say, ye mammy to go wa form and nothing I won't form. Say name you bear my DB by or say you said what? He said they have brought some investigations by my HSM majority of the three petitions.
The majority of Ghanaians are in support that the CJ must be removed. Which majority of Ghanaians are in support of it? Even the way we are removing the CJ, they are even saying that it's a bad thing that
who is saying that? Who is saying
the
that?
Ghanaian people are saying that.
The same Ghanaian people who have their opinions, they say the removal of the CJ.
And I'm also saying that the same Ghanaian people are also
the 1992 constitution yabano 146 Nina stipulate the process e be fast so remove
can you tell us? Can
you follow process Nina and considerations number say okay you remove CJ Council of State 31 members out of 31 30 see remove CJ
now Council of State now can I
Ghana for so Ghana na Council of State appointment
it's not by appointment
but
Council of State by elections
but you know the whole region I say omako elect in pa baako now Okasama region now or say the person is not talking in favor of the region. Now, politically motivated.
Political motivated. Election of Ashanti region. Ashanti region election, Council of State. One would cause.
So do you see it say each member Council of State member be representing region via ANDC. That is how you are saying it.
You can't answer there. You can't answer there. Now say you can't say Council of State elders no. Council of State members no. And yet to say be our own here. And yes when your numbers ni nyina. Obi betumi at 13 obi at 25.
Yeah.
It is a kind of answer a nipa 57% on voting for President Mahama. You betumi aka say Ghana fo nyina to aba NDC ana.
David.
Enti ente sa say nipa ni NDC ni. And as a council say when we that is it. That is it. It's in fact say nipa no NDC aban na ato abamana.
So they will make sure say
Council of State
it's adana mo aban te so no adana mo aban te so no adana mo aban te so still mulusi election that adana mo aban te so mulusi election so what aban te so na e guarantee we say we be win election there adana mo aban te so when we win general election in 2024
are you comparing
at the end of the day Ghana for the decide election assembly elections are na you can say okay it's alleged say MPP NDC and the name no NDC for win seat in the bebre Ghana, all those MPP net so it applies to the Council of State elections. That's it. Ghana for deciding the power more. That's it.
We should accept. Okay, and your next topic for discussion. We MPP ni, and we NDC ni. So let me start from where we NPP ni. Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia, or say when lose the 2024 election because say or cremoni. On my na ye wom no who ne say politics abedane tribal thing ana
I'm exact on say you ever start elections no before even the primaries Dr. Bawumia ban they wanted to chip in with tribal politics say beya and can within internal no can be affect MPP na ke best line Dr. Bawumia na yemfa number because he's a Muslim and an succeed. Okay. Until you then call election in and they are trying to also do the same thing. They want to have influence on the party, but that can never work. Let me tell you something that Ghanaians vote based on ideas, policies that will help them, that will benefit them. Do you understand? Message out there more mono. And na e ka o makoma na say e to asumu a e no mo hwe so dia to abama. Okay. I know na yenua no matimi ehu say Ghana for no dodo na dada o mo a eyeye. Nti ye befa propaganda kwan bi so nya keka nsam a e beto na koma so be dada o mba ye ba ye nye ene de bia so mo kan say we have short memory nchene e refi asem. Nti omo kan nsam dada mba betina power na afi o ma ye de o pese de make say now they are running the country unconstitutional means, reading into people's house and all that. Dr. Bawumia, it's true, he did not lose this election because he's a Muslim.
Okay, so what do you think made him lost 2024 election?
Read the MPP, your investigations, your research, your analysis, the election is from within the Ankasayam. Almost 2 million people were in the house who didn't come out to vote.
Why didn't they go and vote?
It's a Yankasa internal matters. I wish you cry. During primaries, said you selected parliamentary candidates. Be more why no Montiasi. Inti menteme wanse kakra beba edu primaries dia enye sa kunya bia no, and the reason why in MPP elections on so MPP here internal elections I know a hot which a chance a general election, but when the NDC are having the internal election I want to show you
because they are united.
It's not because they are united. One,
it's true.
Yes, unity is in them. Yes, unity will but unity no ensure that any strong in say so far MPP see for that's also presidential candidates. Ama the new patriotic party me no bit me nya nipa be 20 obi qualify qualifications are the be mo obi obi but wo bo ran this mo a o presidential candidate omo nya timi ka say kwa we pen no popular we ni whisker say but when it come to MPP nipa 20 now be omo obi whisker. Now people are mentioning names, right? We are talking about Dr. Bawumia whisker ideas, Brent Champon, Whisker, ideas, Japan, Whisker, or ideas, and all these people. Do Japan, it's a basa, and my tension eba your prime minister nim. But as compared to the NDC.
Almost one member see I don't get here when you now.
Mama Jai, Auntie Jai. It's not true.
Almost one member.
Omo member. But me person make sure say, yeah, me man na do amo ban.
Omo do
say MP NDC bam. Reason in here say, and I make sure say, so far yen si ho a, say nipa 10. And now do amo ko say yen ko omo interview. Na yen hwe do be qualify for prime minister na. 10 now be nya no be qualify. But NDC which means on to be free. Na can nipa be 2 3. But MPP obe sone so be ne den. Wa obe sanya nipa 20.
So why did you people lose 2024 election?
2024 election is simply because our people do not come out. And one or two corrections be a ankoyi inti ene man basa. And then this is the propaganda no e course ro ya for any an check it omo propaganda no mo ye no ya rebata ya nyehwe. We were focused about telling them when near year adwuma. Near jian would say year adwuma. By mistake here is and then you can say you focus on your juma ya ye no kwa ho. Now say making sure say one more propaganda no more communicators in the day ban. And can people phone so build the communicators are. You bet me e dia akwa church o man phone say ente sa.
Okay.
So na person me chere no. Said ye 11 year de buy no more kan 11 ni wasem say 11 ni ha Ghana for a tete ehia for 11 na say 1%. Patro electricity increment tariffs and this for the body say how many percent? 14. What the 1% go compare 14? Who can't you be say 1% I diabeto ne taxes so mobile money so ama na yo ohia ni buburu wa na 14% na wo de aba ne be ma na ye den. And say ne be kunu kura flat. It is a propaganda we nyina no yan hwe ndi akire and e ma ne ba sa because ne yen focus nya wo adwuma ya ye so. Esan say obi aba no promise o say me ba be ma tablet ya obetimi e de akwa kosua de obi so say ono oba obema aponche gari obema headmaster no sika o de be kodwom akoto nnuane aba na maba be di. Somebody is promising you of digitalization, how the youth of this country can learn and know how what is trending in the education sectors. Abe for kwan so say be ya osu free woman mu kura ko konya disua tete abenya metimi di aba abe ye o man ni ye no na nnuane so promising banchene body agbelima from their own presidential candidate at that time, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. That was the message ni bia okika. Enti eba ne sana wo hwe policy a nice idea. We believed in that. Say bitimi ambom man tumpon. Enti ya dwen nyina was on ye message ane ye deba. Na ye nuanu nso so enna mechire ye propaganda hodo. Ti na efu se bia emfa omo propaganda no mo ye no timamfo ni ntie. They will listen to ye there and go say ye adwuma. But sa na omanfo no so propaganda no mo ye na atọ enipa bibiri trim. And no nema lose election. Simple. It's not because Bawumia is a Muslim. So because Bawumia is a Muslim, there are various constituencies where parliamentary candidates were only a Christian. And what Bawumia could be parliamentary candidate.
But how can you compare Bawumia, a whole flag bearer, to a parliamentary candidate?
We are not comparing. We are just making analysis here. Say.
Okay.
So even though say Sesana Moka say or a Muslim tinia tutiana, then what about constituencies in the Mayebenya total vote, you know? It's a constituencies based. You're breaking it down. Constituency based, no. Christian parliamentary candidate or more. I didn't think if say a true faith and I say a true religion now Ghana for the two aba. I didn't think those constituencies, no. Parliamentary candidates Christians, no. Oman more vote and change flag bearer. No.
Odim oka parliamentary Christian candidates enya voter. Nipa me research no. Dina Bawumia na mo ne boy na. Prophet Intim Fojo. Reverend, yes. Somebody. Let's see this. Reverend Intim Fojo constituency. Am I rain fi say independent candidates be PM or hobby. That independent candidate no onya 10,000 plus votes meba.
All right.
That 10,000 plus votes na independent candidate no onya ye no. Osan so NPP ni during the parliamentary primaries no enema nko ye na man ni free party ni mu and we ba as independent candidate. If sanka ni vote sa 10,000 plus no what ko ka Intim for your 16,000 plus na aka definitely obenya more votes than His Excellency your former vice president.
Let me also ask you this question. So do you think at this age, at this century, Ghanaians vote based on religion and faith they are in?
Some do vote on religion.
That's never true.
It is true. During the campaign, yet to Chrome High Shame, we heard it several times. Oh, yeah, naba, yeah, cremoni naba, Umayan Kotua Banin Farman cremoni.
Member, into which I in Cremo Islamic constituencies and I say Islamic areas, you know. I don't think I was talking about me and Lusu elections.
Some voted for him,
but Olusu still down. Sanko Mundia Nabo, Seke, based on religion. And northern parts, and Muslims, Islamic communities now vote for Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia because we're Muslims.
Aside being a Muslim, a Maori if you say tribe and so honor.
And that's what I'm telling you, that Ghanaians are wise enough not to vote based on religion, faith, or whatever they belong.
But people said it's because he is a Muslim, we will not vote for him.
Which people said it's because
a lot of people. I am a media person. I speak to people. I go out. I listen to people's
But
views.
I also want to let you know that Ghanaians will never do that. Ghana, you see, you're there enough.
Yes,
Auntie, you sitting here, will you vote based on religion? Will you vote based on faith?
Yeah.
What's that policies?
I saw for Pobesham saying to me, my cremony, and
I saw for no Musia on Bayers. Mihuni said, additional na omusha dem husa.
Baby, I did.
Oh, yes. Additional omusha dem hunisa because uyo be a ojin on my Ghana. No, my Ghana and Koso, no, my Ghana can't call a dawa komaswa. Unhwe se nipa na oba no oye kremoni anaso ye tani nemum unhwe se nipa na oba no ne nsama oka owo resources obo betim da be ne nsama oka. How does it affect the economy? As you so spend e benya e wo so because the way you suffer na say wo da sorry ano na say won sorry man obia wa adwuma na say wo ya na kwa na onya more correction.
But you see, Michelle MPP ni say I want him to accept we failed Ghanaians. That is why Ghanaians didn't vote for us.
No.
But Wumia said when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate was exposed itself. Sisi ayen share as at the time na MPP a free abemu. And Niama bebre na wo honoma na e ade apa. Na amagana for bebre na edi yaw e wo makumem. Some of this added up to NPP losing 2024 election.
For that one,
and Bawumia was also part of Nana Adan Kwaku-Fuado's government. It's checking will be a one in Nana Adan Kwaku-Fuado nam. Ni share the akosho. Nina ka ho.
Na omo flag bearers hopefuls no. And as a presidential candidate omo person ba within NPP. One and now kan Kwaku-Fuado administration.
No be a Kwaku-Fuado administration, but somebody like Kwabena Japan. You cannot compare Kwabena Japan to Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia.
So you know Kwabena Japan was a strong campaign person to Dr. Bawumia during the 2024 elections.
That is after say
yes,
so-called PCE,
but let me tell you, say Ghanaians will never vote based on faith, religion, and all that.
Okay.
We should not even promote that.
Okay.
We will not tribal politics here, mother. Yes, NDC. Almost started from drop before say ever started primary school. Oh, Bawumia Kremoni.
Yeah.
One more from this is the current secretary now for the NDC. What's his name? Could you help me with his name? Yes, Philip Yavikweti. Or say MPP will never allow Kremoni to be a flag bearer.
But it doesn't mean say Ghanaians. It doesn't mean say Ghanaians voted against Bawumia because of Kremoni.
Okay, sir. Also, you are even saying it. It's not based on religion. It's based on the policies and the campaign messages are the
and the things the MPP did in government, Ghana for D.
And I'm just saying, propaganda be room.
He's not ready to accept to say the government didn't fail yet.
The government
is not ready. When you're ready to accept to say the government didn't fail.
You buy, you say, see a bay. But any young saw man for any side. So, a be a buyer can say bar, a be provided school buses by 10,000, and a buyer provided 9,000. 9,000 will be so said. I don't know when to me provided 10,000 and 9,000 pen at the back. If the person vote against him.
Okay, so he didn't lose because he
of
was
he's a Muslim. But because our messages and our campaign with strategies, no.
Okay. Eje we from mami tie we.
Meda wasibio. That means you before I come to the main issue. Now we can say NPP for almost 2 million votes bills then Omanko votes yesterday. So Bekaya, one of the interviews of Honorable Kennedy Japan when say na why so as a yen say MPP for Ghanaians and I say place Ghanaians priorities. Now we can say NPP for ASR because say at the end of the day omo 2 million votes bia omo betumi atwa gum nti yeden omo nim say yeden omo be win elections na waka say nipa 2 million vote ama e kan say
na is that 2 million na omo ntumi atwa gum
omo vote ama ti o dey fa ne say owo 2 million bi omo vote ama NPP and lose election because say omo dwa MPP for nti say 2 million ni be vote anka wo benya say come we 20%.
Okay, 2 million year party faithful sir. So me a party faithful.
Now, unim baby. Unim baby. Let me break this. Prior to 2024 elections, now serious operations at Ashanti region. Now you perceive who the reason na Ashanti region no. Nipa no mo register no edoso. But say do election day na unhu nipa bebre yes, but say time no soon as you declare na nipa na sen akosoro. The reason and I say investigations no dey to me ehun ne say enipa bebre na omudin e voter register no so kra no omunye enkwofo mo exist. Okay. At the end of the day no ye twa ballot in the gum. Kwada so ye intercept 500,000 people.
Yeah, yes.
Until after elections no beko we say obi afum na ballot boss me staff bebre. Until me dem who say waka say enipa 2 million na nkoto abana enye right because the vigilance of the NDC. Ah mutumi hwe say Ghana for and I say omu protect ballot and then ma NDC every elections. Into 2 million now can the and as a or can't the other ne ho and I say visa. You know say Uba NDC musu ayen qualify say nipa bebre en qualify for flag bearership position. Now me the parts of work say there is unity in the NDC and of course your motto is unity, stability and development. And it's always say obi ebetina ka say nipa en qualify say obe nipa bebre en qualify when this must be flag bearers na say to make us say nipa ba ko qualify na Ghana fo nyina 57% ato amana na say wow ko fo no mo qualify no kra mo qualify wo party no nti mo betimi aye dia mo pe e wo party no anti no na o say meba ho later no ka say NDC for your propaganda be prior to elections and even elections me start when I come to now or can say mean so say electricity tariff I increased by 14%. Now, NDC are buying, and I buy.
IMF.
Yes, so I am putting on record. Say May 2023. Mebao, you see how you see. I say what
the Ghana call IMF.
You say any the Ghana call IMF. And I'm my buy naba. Mo buy no. Mo say IMF or mine the Ghana call the uhia. Any a hochiraba. It's mo bama be research.
It's IMF program na kasa ND.
Why were you doing propaganda at those times?
At those times, NDC are buying. We have never condemned to say Emma Obi anko IMF. And mo na mo beka say mo kura na mo beka say mo ba mo nko IMF. Mo na mo beka say mo ba mo nko IMF. NDC ka say IMF program enye good.
NDC for IMF before na do.
Na mo beka say enye right say IMF.
Make us say would you say ehun hia say baby o man Ghana ye do dey be enko IMF na.
Yeah, I will not agree to that. But at this point,
Ada be no be Ada Ghana for. Say on my crowd na country ben ndeka wo wiase we mu. Country bia deka.
Oh, and never kina for ndeka.
Oh, come on. Okay, that is an exception case. That is an exception case. That is an exception case because they are not even depending on them those advanced countries, you know. They are not depending. So that's an exception case. America deka, UK deka, Ghana for deka. It's here NDC for.
Be like that every time.
I am contesting the fact say I am contesting say or no can say NDC for and abe increase electricity tariff. And you know correct. IMF program amomo koye May 2023. Na Euro Kufuado any new abaumia. Edi animo. Mo koye IMF program no. And na conditions they say 3 months biano. And I say every quarter of the year no, like every quarter biano. I was say you to electricity tariff mo. And IMF program no and they and na Euro 2025 mo. And she say you increase electricity tariff and now momo IMF program deal amokoye and I'm increase
no 3 months be o man to bill mo akoti say momo buy and
not 3 months be o moto electricity tariff mo 3 months be o moto water mo 3 months be o moto transport fuel mo it's now on Ghana
14%.
So it depends on the agreement how they went into the agreement say this time enye ndc and akase IMF into and I say enye ndc na akase yento that is how no the program hasn't ended. Let me come into the main issue. Say you about me I say he did not the MPP and also no more lose election because
you're a Muslim.
Right. And then I mean member era about me about to say since me started say me follow politics no. This is the first time I hear about me akanokre. So when lose elections on the grounds of say Muslim. And of course, NDC 1992 constitution led by late President Rawlings de Baye no. Yemfoaso say ye ka say obi eye kremoni obi ye Christian nti no onko we die mane nko. Ye bie mu obi a o qualify a oko. Na ba omi anaka say nim say when lose election on the grounds of say Muslim dia na wonim die nti o lose ye.
Okay.
Nti o lose ne say emra na me thank you to you almost started so mokwe. Me kan ho asem say mo na mo de ohaw abre Ghanafo na Ghanafo su na afi de aban papa bi aba ana se Ghanafo ato ama nipa foforo na se NDC aban na mo de hihye pagu akwan mu asisi Ghanafo na ho to mo nkakra na mo san ahoto ne se me ba ho na se wo san ka se wo ko thank you to wa na o ko da Ghanafo ase se o de 11 beto o mo so ana se o de bet stars beto o mo so ana so ko da Ghanafo ase se emra na students nursing trainees and teacher trainees eche o salaries na yere kufu ado ne nyame ye oni nyankopon ye meeting wo wiem okofa private jet ehun sensem nti that time wo na Ghanafo ho kire mo na mo ntumi ambo mo na aban fofora be ye o mafiri mu eno na mokoda omo ase so mato ama ndisi aban ana se date na mokoda omo ase
mokoda omo ase say you respect the people of Ghana
who
voted for them.
No, if those who voted for so thank them
kasa
wa kire ne
ntia na respect the good people of Ghana ade na oba odi omo to amane mu you push a lot of youth
enra
wo mo be ye de wo mbetumi ba cha me time wo mo be ye de wo mbetumi
because of it is on record say Mira Baumia and lose the election because of so a Muslim because NDC abanya ka say the 1992 constitution by cry enforce so na the until lose ni say or how the Ghana folk me no youth they push the youth and as for Ghana below the poverty lines now mo may adwuma nye ya tutu fu mu ya tutu electricity mu o why is a tax we about to so bet I mean we try yenya kakra from come sign the bet what you say it no ni na aka ho and no elections
it's mobile
we need to relax because it's their first 3 months in position so let's just wait
the 120 day contract social contract area Mahama sign with Ghanaians no yemfa contract na na enhwemu never 120 days no we have fulfilled a lot of them
at the right time you know as time goes on so we definitely come and then 6 years so let me give each other 3 minutes the Ekoso Eworth Chiman teaching hospital no what would you say about it? 3 minutes sorry Tamale teaching hospital what would you say about 3 minutes
okay
what I
will say about it they say say Tamale teaching hospital wa menya sure say na omuhia say be suspend and say be remove
CEO
the CEO
okay
logistics and equipment omuhia mon sankan enti na ma some operation facilities we wa na operate
okay
so what they compare MPP government ye ba power yenhwe who is the CEO and ya kase onye na adwuma yi but we make sure say provisions omuhia provided and it's na buy Kufuor buy wo agenda 111 we hospitals ahodo na wo sia very modern hospitals na government no hwa na wo ye we ye no free ho a ye ko hospital bi ne hu say hospital kro no omuhia renovations ne ya provided those renovations ne da metima bo hospitals ne bebre ade amam sa ne ma no na okwa wo hwe say as a minister ewo ho take effect so wo hwe na so sa ne ma ne nyina wo ho na say individual no na enye na adwuma ya that is where
you have the right so
question the person sadent na wonye ye but here is the case whereby nipa no logistics ne bi wo wa onya isuo kwa ho ayedin ama wo munye so what do you provide the onya bitima ma na ye adwuma no ye e de ama no ye wa bai mu doctors are na cost strike nurses cost strike but ododo say na otete no man nim but to see amobile power ya see Ghana Medical Association and the letter Bible thing catch him say mamom sa doctor na ma suspended and I say mo yi na free one
Adamati
yes see you no enye kwan so say yi ni free You provide that thing for them. That's what the government will do.
Okay.
So what say we dey change? Any we dey go for be because yet here na say we say metro me complete 30 notes. Na 30 notes are metro. Pen na me dey tro no ye ba akopra. E better complete 30 notes. Enti so you should have checked omo be here. Na wa provide no their mom.
I think so omo letter no cry na before so omo be resume no omo list a whole lot of medical mamety for them for cry at the ansana. So meaning because they were lacking these things
logistics and
na emma womo enjuma. Okay, we need ma won so 3 minutes.
Oh, kan no cry.
Now say Irekufado, the NPP government was committed to say omo say health sector no be blooming now. All state agenda 111 na me say agenda 111 na omo kan we. You can say hospital nye dan yesi ho. Aha we. You betumi e de intre abo anim sa high hospital. Hospital machines. What can I say? Into me ko si dan bi ansi o machines ni ma we can say hospital.
Dan be ni say machine.
Agenda 111 project na my
hospital
from Sesubo na from Sesubo na ka me say hospital we machines so my function e adwuma
mama fa on trade there no bibia wo
e adwuma
they have it
adwuma
things so inti abanya ba no you need to employ
trade any there
Ofori was there recently.
So he was there because he's doing it in favor of MPP. What's the agenda 11? What's the 111 hospitals? Now me say bobo. Now wabu two now wabu no crowd. They are not fully operational. Now beso catch them say what achieve target. So we agenda 111.
Let's go back to what is going on in
Temali. Yes, I'll come to that. Now I'll say health professionals. Professionals and NPP town man strike. You are by Ghana Hana September 2024. Much remain crack strike. Much remain echo strike or wabaimo. Oh, but now I say more time. We for strike. I can say strike now. Tamale Teaching Hospital health professionals and say health workers number 1. I can now most Muslims say is stage out and I say cost striker. I will see who say more cost strike because of them. First and foremost, say more person omunya better working conditions. What I say. For me, I don't think say Omoko strike because they replace the CEO.
They went on the strike because of the disrespect.
You are turning
and so
that's all. Before they would resume from Omoniamana aside Niema instruments, they said the health minister needs to apologize to them. Before
needs to apologize to nurses,
the CEO, the doctors and the nurses over there.
CEO abanipa. CEO enye obi ka say oye e kan say party ni ana CEO abanipa.
Yeah.
Into CEO any government na adwuma. CEO is CEO of Tamale Teaching Hospital. And the health minister. Health minister is under president. Into say boss aba wadwumem. Na say when who say due to your negligence obi ahwere ne nkwa. Na so confront wa e was on in kasabasa.
Oh, I don't
into the decision to remove the CEO no. A health minister and the president at their discretion because a health can say president
say obey appointee the whole northern region having just 4 ICU the whole northern region. So when I was starting me can be say the best Nanka health minister was anko ye ne say wo ba ye na wo be hu say eniema bi enko ye wo honom no e sanko no wo motena se. Okay, what is happening? What is going on? Or be on my list. This and this is what is making working conditions.
Now omunim say nyoma we na mo here until say you remove the CEO no. Until say so okay say you provide and is one by na so
let me tell you something.
You remove the CEO now.
The nurses and the doctors say because ube complaining say so sometimes they rather put their lives in danger to help save someone. Nipa no losing in life and you womo fese womo ma nipa no losing in life
no so na but they make an say
equipment weren't available.
Fine.
If equipment aren't available, Missy, am I the one supposed to provide the equipment? No. It's the health minister. You need to do something about it.
The reason
I'm speaking anyhow.
The reason I sake CEO no. It was on the ground to say, what supervise teaching hospital or mama will be losing a life. And they also will take full responsibility for that.
For so
and it say health minister about who see you hospital and also facility mashe mu negligence am will be a free more. I was so when I win about na ne kasa one ne nya no baba.
But the health minister himself not saboteur no.
And I say the decision because the person is your boss. Until the decision, I'm not saying that. Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. Make the decision to suspend and as a decision to remove CEO. President EPA obey appointed CEO or obey remove CEO. Be to me question. Because the CEO is acting say or the president not say direct.
I know the.
It's anya say BB politics and I say BB sir. Obey the anyway so I link you way. Now be your doctor. Be your doctor we see you. Na so no boss crack as I say. Imagine how on patient better sir.
And the health
so it is in the everything that NDC anything NDC you know it is in the best interest of Ghanaians.
That's never true.
That's it.
What means in the best interest of Ghanaians?
I would agree with that.
If it's in the best interest of Ghanaians, I see there Doctors Association Ababeka say how Musaki CEO is not the right way and you need to even apologize. Is in the interest of the Ghanaian people?
I cannot say provided the things that
yes, he has provided or the amount I expect you to praise the government. I expect you to praise the health minister say enyama mo de buy ade chen ya o mako provide am mo. The reason is that
they are not operating. If you would allow the hospital be there, then people are going to
say other hospitals so must start renovations in there. When say other hospitals are starting renovation.
They will do.
Now government better machine amount. Now we see you in the management. More machine so na machine na say. Now it's a government better for us. You can't mojo hospital.
Machine is machine. Machine can break down at any time.
But it's a management.
I say.
Sikana wunya no betumi
Madam Munyina see papa send den so no. Yeto yensa efrem mo wo showdown jumedi so mo be kan ye ho agya. De akoso o man ga na MP before actually wo madwe na NDC for so actually madwe loyal fans mo amoto mo jebre ehwe showdown emre no enya ayabia ne saye pagya ye mu yeda mu nyina so asem amode madwe nche so fa comment section ase no mu nyina so yeda mase eye production team ne medo bibiara asema no and it's na MC ahonom edema ye executive producer and so eye Mr Daniel Yeboa producer so eye Hana ATP midi ene nana ya so ametenemu edema wo fada so nyame adoma Monday yebesan so edi eshia same time 2 p.m. on the dot. Subscribe to the channel ema yesede be ya Monday yetenasia unso ubehu de ekoso ewo Omai Ghana makramo.